My name is Fred Ongisa. I'm the Secretary and CEO of Kenya Institute of Supplies Examination Board. KISEB is the one responsible for certification of prospective procurement and supply chain management professionals in Kenya and across the region. It is established by an Act of Parliament, that is the Supplies Practitioners Management Act, Cap 537. Among other things is to administer examinations and give standards on the kind of proficiencies that are required for people to become professionals in the field of supply chain management. Traditionally, procurement or purchasing, as it was known then, was more of a transactional, more of buying. But over time, the role, the function has changed to be more strategic, and we still wanted to take that strategic role in the nation building, in organizations. And for us to achieve that, one, we need to strategically ensure that supply chain practitioners create value in their workplaces or whatever they do. One, either in organizations or in the public sector. For example, how do we ensure that supply chain or procurement deliver outcomes that impact on people? For example, how do they contribute to hospitals, good health, food, the rest? So we are not just looking at what they are buying, but in the long term, what kind of value do they create? In terms of organizations, especially in the private sector, then we are looking at how do they contribute to profitability? How do they contribute to better customer service, to better responsiveness? So that is one of the things that can be done to ensure that procurement or supply chain becomes more strategic. The other important thing is to ensure that the decisions that are made are data-driven. They're made using data, they're made using research, so that it is not guesswork, they're based on facts. So then procurement becomes more strategic because it is fed and led using data. We are moving to, especially in the public sector, into an era of using electronic platforms to do procurement. Of course, the essence of that is to create transparency, create more value. So if we can leverage on technologies, leverage on data, AI, and the rest of that, then procurement becomes more proactive, becomes more strategic. Thirdly, the issue of expertise and leadership. For us to be more strategic, we need to, and KISEB should be leading in this in terms of equipping professionals with skills, technical, leadership, ethical, and then they become more trusted. They gain more corporate trust as well as public trust in terms of the role they play in nation building. There are many more other ways. Thank you. It is important to note that when it says that someone is a professional, then they exhibit 5 main characteristics or features. One, that professional has formal training. That is the first thing. So in essence, we are looking at more formalized training or procurement, be it a diploma level, degree level, and then across the universities and colleges in Kenya and even Africa. So that is one way of professionalizing procurement. The other important aspect of professionalization is professional certification, where we are saying that because this is regulated by an Act of Parliament, then KISEB becomes in terms of certifying, guaranteeing, becoming a bridge between the academia and the practice. So from professionalization of procurement also means that those who want to be professionals attain professional certification. So that is the second aspect. The third aspect is membership or licensure. So as we progress, you'll ensure that we put mechanisms in place that ensure that professionals belong to KISM in particular. They have licenses. Those who qualify to get licenses have licenses, so that we eliminate unqualified persons from practicing, because procurement is very important to be left to unqualified people. I think fourthly is the issue of continuous professional development. True professionals always grow, always learn. Learning does not stop, and this is offered through continuous professional development programs. So we are looking forward to, in the next decade, to intensify the provision of professional development through different workshops, webinars, capacity building, and the rest of that. Lastly, a true professional is regulated by a code of conduct. They self-govern. So by self-governance, we are saying that the profession should strengthen its governance system so that they regulate themselves, and then they weed out rogue elements that may be in the system. So that is what I'm looking at in terms of professionalization of procurement in the next decade. One, CPSPK as well as APSK. APSK is a foundation that gives you kind of a pathway into professional qualification, which is CPSPK. Now, both of those qualifications have critical skills, both technical, leadership, emotional, and the rest of them, behavioral in nature, that equip whoever goes through them with the skills that are required to perform in the role of a procurement and supply chain in whichever organization, be it private or public sector. So by giving you those skills and you being able to perform at a workplace, then you get more trust, you get more confidence, all right, from public. The other important thing is that mostly we are told that a lot of money is lost through procurement because of inefficiencies. And those inefficiencies are created by people who are not well equipped. So once we have a professional who is well equipped, who has confidence in themselves, in whatever they do, then you minimize the losses, okay, procurement losses. You improve leadership. You give them confidence to say no to any malpractice that may be suggested to them. So that is how we improve accountability. That is how we improve our transparency through CPSPK. It is also important to mention that once you also have a critical mass of professionals who are ethical, who know their trade, then overall you are improving the governance system in Kenya. As you know, the public procurement especially contributes heavily in terms of the perception of the public towards government or governance. So once you have the procurement sector governed or being handled by people who are qualified, who are confident, who have minimized, who are ethical, and who have minimized the losses, then you also improve the trust people have towards the government. And that is how we contribute in terms of governance. The most critical thing is that procurement is at the core of nation building. Procurement is at the core of governance. Procurement is at the core of service delivery. So we should positively impact so that we develop our nation.